as we said, we have some cosmetic things to take care of, but that will be all right. And then a lot of cosmetic stuff around here. The rocker panel under here is getting bad. It has rust all the way through it, and a lot of cleanup to do on the truck. But the main thing we're going to be focusing on right now is the engine, getting that engine out of the truck so that we can have it ready for the new power plant we're going to be getting. We're going to go with some LS engine power. We're looking for a donor right now, and then we're going to get to work on it. We really want to get this under power. At first I was like, let's do, all the cosmetic stuff, get it painted, get the interior done, all that stuff. But I think our best bet is to just get the thing moving, get the thing running and sounding amazing, and then we can focus on getting the exterior and interior done on this truck. But let me lift up the hood and show you guys under the hood, and we'll go from there. Engine bay is open. Here we go, guys. This is the current engine and transmission. The rear drive shaft is out of it, but this is a mess. It is super dirty. You can tell just years of just probably field mice and stuff crawling around in here, and just dust and build and grime everywhere. There's literally some type of hose sitting in here. Looks like one of those little mister hoses. I don't know why that's in there. But it's in pretty good disarray. We might strip this 350 down and just take a look at it and see what kind of shape it's in. But I don't think we are going to use this engine. We're for sure going with an LS engine to get the new horsepower out of it, and to maybe add some power adders in the future so we can have some really cool stuff going on. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the description about this and what you guys think about the project. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get a little bit of this stuff out of the engine bay and get it opened up a little bit and see what it looks like after that. Literally just taking out the fan shroud and the radiator. We have opened up the front of this engine pretty good. So let's go ahead and keep moving. This tire is for sure dry rotted, but it's just to get us by for now. Let's go ahead and put it on and get the car lowered back down to the ground. All right, we've unmounted the power steering unit from the engine so we could get to the motor mounts. And the good thing is, when I climbed under the bottom side of the engine, this motor mount and the motor mount on the other side, it just easily unscrewed. I literally took them out almost just with my hands. I just had to loosen a little bit with a wrench, and they came right off. So that's awesome. So it is loose. The bolt is still through there. We won't probably pull that out till we get it hooked up to our shop crane. And we need to take out the transmission mounts on the cross member that runs underneath the truck. So these two things, cross member, the drive shaft for the rear end is off. I think the front drive shaft is still on, so we're gonna have to take that off. But let's go ahead, get underneath the truck, take off the transmission mount bolts, and we'll be good to go. All right, we just took out the transmission bolts, which were right here. Now we're gonna be going after the front drive shaft. So we're gonna take it off right here at the transfer case. Gonna split those bolts out, and then the transmission should be free. The engine should be free. The rear drive shaft's out, so we're gonna just split this off and we should be good. Let's see how hard it is. All right, there you have it. We actually have out the transmission crossmember mount completely out. We have the motor mounts, the bolts going through, the nut off of it. It's ready to pull that bolt out. So we'll have to relieve tension on the motor itself. And then we should be good to start pulling this out of there. We got to check to make sure no other things are connected up to it, any wires, any grounds, anything like that. But other than that, we're almost ready to pull this engine out. What we're gonna finish up doing, I'm gonna kind of clean up the tools that we have down under the truck from taking out that motor mount or that transmission crossmember. But then we're gonna get right back over here and try to get the engine actually out of the truck, which is gonna be a huge milestone for this build. So let's go ahead and keep moving forward, and we'll come back and take a look at what we have left to do. All right, we have to obviously take off the exhaust manifolds or disconnect the flange down there. We're just gonna take off the manifolds for now. Manifolds unhooked from the vehicle. That one literally just ripped off the flange down there, so we actually got the whole manifold off. So we're hooked up a chain to where the manifold bolts, and we're going to try to lift this thing up and get those engine mount bolts out, and then just try to pull the whole thing out. So let's do it. Yeah, we did not tighten down that bolt very well on that chain, and that was very bad. That bolt went flying a million miles an hour. That is so crazy. Why would I tighten it down? Wow. I could have really done some damage if that would have hit me if I was up there, decided to get up in there or something. All right, bolts for the motor mounts are out. Let's see if we can get this out. And there you have it, guys. We have the engine out of the Chevy Silverado. And as you can see, it is an empty engine bay. We've got some mess to clean up. We've got the engine and tranny here. So now we have the engine out, and we can move on to bigger and better things to get it ready for its new LS swap. All right, there you guys have it. We have this engine and transmission combo out of the pickup. As you can see here, it's sitting on the ground. So this old piece is done away with, and we are not going to be using it. We are going to be transferring over to a V8 powered LS engine, and we are finding a donor right now. So we're going to have a lot of fun finding out what's going to power this thing. We're going to clean up this whole engine bay and get it ready for our LS engine. So make sure you stay tuned. That's going to be the end for this video. But there's a whole lot more to come, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, and so you don't miss out on any more content that we have coming. Thank you all for watching, and